My New Year's resolution was to save a load of money, so I sold my other 2 motorbikes, so now I only have 1 motorbike. It's January the 3rd, and I just bought something on eBay that I didn't need, and didn't even know I wanted, but I won it by accident. I was literally just sat in the workshop, and I sat down on there, and saw it on eBay. I bid on it, and it's 4 hours away, so I've put a message out on Facebook to see if anybody can come down to Essex. Why are they so far away? My Land Rover was so far away. Now this is so far away. I didn't even know I needed this. Don't know why. I don't know where I'm going to put it. Don't know what I'm going to do with it. Anyway, we're going on a road trip, so come along. So, the plan is, we're going down in the Discovery, which I've still got, which is the work van, I guess, the work vehicle. It's a bit of a mess in the back because I've got a toddler. But I'm going to have a passenger come down with me. I'm going to pick up something new that I've bought, and then my passenger's going to drive it back. Fucking, I don't know where I'm going to put this. I've bought another vehicle I don't need. And it was a, well, when I say it's a bargain, like, it only just met the reserve, and it was up for a lot more than what I won it for. I think the guy that I bought it from was a little bit upset that it sold for so little, but I think he's probably just glad to get rid of it. Hopefully it's going to drive me back 4 hours. This is like the Land Rover road trip all over again, but there's a rail strike on, so I'm driving down. Why do I do it? I could have got by. I could have fucking dealt with that. Yeah. Because again, I know people that do pit. But why do I want to? You know what I mean? Why do I want to fucking do that? It's a money
pit. I'm telling you. I think it's a money pit. You know.
I feel bad for him, but at the end of the day, he could have been fucking honest. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think you're making right choice, Liam.
Sorry to have wasted your time today, Phil. Right, so I am dead excited to show you the vehicle that I spent 9 hours and 400 miles and 150 quid in fuel to go buy. Are you ready? Oh no, I ain't got it. Right, I went all that way. Bear in mind, I won this vehicle. In fact, I'm going to show you it now. Here's some photos of it, right? So that's what I wanted to buy. It's an American Chevrolet with hydraulics on it, custom paint, everything. It's a bit of me that. I've had that kind of thing before. I've had a lowrider before that had hydraulics on it and all that. And I just, because I sold the motorbikes, I kind of wanted to replace it with something a bit fucking cool and a bit different. So I won it on eBay. It was actually up for 13 grand on eBay, but I won it in bids for like 8 grand, which I think for that is fucking good, because again, that paintwork alone would be that much money. But anyway, so me and Andy, by the way, shout out to Andy, he's a guy on my Facebook that I've not met before, a Vanlifer. I put a post on Facebook saying, can anybody want fancy a fucking road trip to Essex now, last minute? And he was like, yeah, cool, me. So he just came down here, having never met before, jumped in car, we got on like a house on fire, we had a good old chit chat and a good therapy session. 4.5 hours there-ish. We were there for about half an hour, 4.5 hours back. We had KFC and McDonald's in that time, which was, you know, made us feel a bit sick. But when we got there, I was ready to hand over the cash. I bought it. I won it on eBay. So as far as I'm concerned, it's mine. I'd already tried to sort out insurance and all that business. The plan was that he was going to drive the Discovery back and I was going to drive this lowrider back. 7-litre V8, which was probably going to cost me a few quid getting it back. But again, for a bit of a showpiece, a bit of a fun toy, more than worth it. Anyway, in the description it said some paint bubbling on bonnet. The first thing I saw was no paint in a patch on the bonnet and a big hole in the bonnet. Now, I could probably get a Coupe de Ville bonnet from somewhere, which is probably not going to be easy to get, but I could probably have got one. But then getting the paint matched would be near impossible. So that was the first red flag, and I was like, mate, that's a bit more than just some bubbling. That's a hole, and it's rust. It's not some like lacquer peel or something that can be touched up. It's a new bonnet. So first problem. So then I got in it, and I said, oh, was the door unlocked then? And he says, yeah. I said, well, does the door lock? He said, oh, no. So the doors didn't lock. I was like, right. So I jumped in it, turned the ignition switch, not the key, the ignition switch. It started. So I got in it without any keys, and I started it without any keys, and I could have drove off in any keys. Second red flag. Then I was messing around with buttons to pull the electric windows down, went back up again, the window fell out. Another red flag. Then it was just thing after thing after thing. Then, bear in mind it was dark by the time we got there. Usually a car looks better in the dark, and the next morning when you see it in the daylight, you're like, oh, what the fuck have I bought? I went down there and there was bubbled rust on every single panel. Again, a big key feature of that car is the paint job. It's an amazing, amazing work of art, the paint job, right? And it was ruined. It would have the whole thing would have needed welding and repainting, and that's another probably $8,000 on top. Anyway, I felt bad, and I don't know why I felt bad, but I felt bad that I'd time wasted the guy, and I just said to him, I said, mate, this is. Let me just put you there. I said, I didn't come here to buy a project car. You told me it was good. You told me it was all right. I spoke to him on the phone a few times before we set off. Bear in mind, I won it on eBay, and then an hour later, I was on my way down to Essex, which is commitment to buying the car. There's no way I wanted to time waste him. But I ended up, I just had to say, I can't fucking buy this. And he said, look, I can knock you a few hundred quid off. And I was like, I really appreciate that. The guy was a nice guy. I said, I really appreciate that, but it's thousands and thousands of pounds worth of stuff that he's doing to it. And I said, I don't even feel confident driving this home. I don't believe that that's going to get me home. So we had to leave it. And I don't know why I felt bad, because he's the one that wasn't honest in the description of it. But yeah, I don't like time wasting people, but at the same time I don't like being time wasted. Anyway, thinking positive, I've lost 150 quid, but I'd rather lose 150 quid and walk away than have woken up to that this morning. It were bad, and I don't want to be disrespectful towards anybody's vehicle, because again, it is a work of art. If it had been in the condition that it was described, it was an absolute stunning masterpiece, right? But I just had to walk away, and I just feel bad. I feel bad that that's happened, but that's just the way it is. Anyway, I would have loved to have been showing you the hydraulics bouncing up and down and all that kind of stuff this morning. That was the ending that I wanted to this video, but instead I've just ended up with nothing. Look, I've ended up with $8,000 in my bank. My New Year's resolution was to save money this year, and already on the 3rd of January I was off to buy a car that I didn't really need. So really, I've done myself a favour. But in the search for good content, I was hoping that I'd have some fun this morning. It would have been good three-wheeling around like a PIMP, but instead I'm not. Listen, I'm not too fussed. It's one of those things. It was not meant to happen, and there you go. But I do apologise for the shit ending to this video. Oh dear, I was determined to finish the video. I'd already recorded the intro and that before we set off down there, so I was going to finish this video. There's no way I was going to leave that footage and just move on from it. You've got the video, and also I don't even know what the title of this video is yet. But wherever it is, it's not clickbait because it was a fucking fail. A failed journey. Oh god, the thing is, the journey down there was horrible as well because it was light when we set off, but it quickly got dark. Like within 2 hours of driving, it got dark. 200 miles is a fairly long way. It was M1, which was relatively clear. M25, which ain't right good. I think it was A13 or something. To Canvey Island or something. I think it was Canvey Island. Anyway, if you see that car on eBay, I wouldn't want to say don't buy it, but just go look at it first before you bid on it because it I feel fucking bad. I don't know why I feel bad. I don't know. Anyway, listen. There's my new car. Ah dear. Have a good one. Listen, liamtheterrible.com. Go have a look. There's all kinds of merch on there and coffee also. For those that don't know, I have my own coffee. And it's been going for a couple of years now, and it went massive in lockdown when people wanted mail order coffee. But now, since we've come out of lockdown and that, and COVID's kind of... Don't start with the COVID comments, I'm not interested. Since that COVID situation cooled down a bit, the sales have kind of gone down a bit, and it is only a hobby. I like the idea of having it, and I enjoy doing it. It's never going to make me a millionaire, but if you do like coffee, liamtheterrible.com, go have a look on there. But also, I'm listing a whole new... I'm going to try and redo the website this year. That's another thing. I've got loads of cool t-shirt designs and all that kind of stuff coming. So go have a look, have a browse. There's stickers and stuff on there. If you haven't already subscribed, go subscribe. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for everything you do. I've been watching a channel called Youngbloods, I think. Youngbloods. And the guy's really enthusiastic. He does like fishing and catch and cooks and all that in Australia. And he's a really enthusiastic guy. And he does talk... He's a lot like me in that he thinks about everything that happens to him in his life that's positive. He knows where that comes from, and I know that a lot of things that happen in my life that are positive come from you lot and the support that you lot give me. So thank you so much for everything. The fact that I even could have bid on that car and gone down to get it is a massive part of what you've done for me and everything that I've achieved with your support. So I just thank you so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye, Felicia.